Good morning, Dr. Uchel. Well, so I'm sorry, that's the only word I know in Bulgaria. It's my first day in Bulgaria, I've never been here. My name is Paul van der Sluis. I present myself. I'm partly member of the EIP service point in Brussels. And also I have responsibilities in Brussels, in our region, for rural development as a whole since 15 years. So this last session was a very exciting discussion, I think, because there you feel the gap knowledge, the knowledge transfer, the gap of it between farmers, scientists, and government in Bulgaria. Well, I will add another level, that of the European level, but because it could be also interesting to have farmers who would get in contact with farmers, let's say in France or in other areas where it's also worthy to get involved with from Bulgarian side. And well, that's partly what we are doing at the European Commission, at the European Innovation Partnership for agricultural productivity and sustainability. And what we are trying to do is catalyzing innovation in EU agriculture and forestry on a European level, together with the member states, with the farmers, with the scientists, and with government. I will try to keep it short. I have 20 minutes, and the next speaker will go into detail on operational project, on operational groups, so I won't get into details. So I first start with the EIP Agri concept. Then second point is the state of play of EIP Agri, and third part is the network activities. Those I think are the most interesting for your ear. First of all, what was the main issue or the main point, the main goal of the EIP Agri concept? It was to foster a competitive and stable agriculture and forestry sector that achieves more from less by transferring and by knowledge. The approach is closing the innovation gap between research and practice, not only in the member states, because there you are supposed to have also the communication, the linkages, but also in between the different member states. And therefore we are using, or we do use the interactive innovation model and linking actors via the EIP network. So what is necessary? Farmers and forestry, agribusiness, they need research. They also want operational groups. On the other hand, researchers, they need to get tested their ideas with the farmers in practice. They need to have multi-actor projects together with farmers, together with agencies, advisors, and so on. And they also need thematic networks on different teams in agriculture or forestry. So that's mainly the business of EIP Agri. It's bridging agriculture and research. The concept of the interactive innovation model is beyond speeding up transfer. That means partnerships, bottom-up approaches, of course, in operational groups. And we also heard it here in the last session. Shape existing knowledge into solutions, co-ownership, solutions put into practice very quickly, and help to target the research agenda. And therefore we have three main pillars, what we call the means for implementation. First of all, it's the Horizon 2020, it's the EU research policy. And we have two main measures or issues, the multi-actor research project involving the agricultural community, the thematic networks unlocking and exchanging knowledge across the European Union. Second pillar, the rural development programs, where we have In the first place, the operational groups, project funding, of course, in the second pillar, and innovation support services. And last but not least, then, as a third pillar, we have the EIP Agri Network. Horizon 2020, what we are doing here is giving an answer to the societal challenge 2 through the thematic network and the multi-actor projects. And since the period of 2014-2016, already a lot of thematic networks were installed. I won't get into detail some elements. The wine network, it's about the wine diseases, grapevine, trunk disease, the organic agriculture, the arable crops. These are, let's say, EU-wide, or not wide, but several member states involved in those thematic networks. It's also one, and that's the high nature value link, and there we looked at, or we saw that also Bulgarian Institute, is involved in that since 2015. So a lot of links already between the different member states and in different teams. And the multi-actor approach in Horizon 2020, well, the European Union offers about 500 million euro in the period 2014-2017. In the left graphic, you see the multi-actor approach via a number of topics and selected projects or expected grants. And you see since the beginning of the programming period, well, we see that it's increasing. And the program budget already used is about 511 million euro. The second pillar is the rural development programs. And there we have, in the first place, operational groups within the different member states of the European Union, everywhere around Europe. And very shortly, what is an operational group? An operational group, basic principles, partnership working on a project funded by the RDP. The project must tackle practical needs of farmers, foresters, so they are in the middle of the focus, so addressing a problem or an opportunity from practice. It's a bottom-up, a real bottom-up approach. About various types of activities, of course, development of new projects, pilot projects, but also short supply chain, environmental projects, and so on. Amongst the partners, there are a lot of varied competences matching the problem or opportunity at stake. But of course, however, specific requirements can be set at national or regional level. It can be a new group, of course, or an existing group with a new project. They're all in favor of it. And it's, well, focused, and of course, the goal is the main goal, generating knowledge freely available to all. Farmers, scientists, and so on. If we see amongst Europe what the number of planned EIP operational groups are, then Bulgaria has 20 operational groups for the moment. You see the smallest, no, the biggest one is Spain, but most of the different member states have amongst 20, 30, except some others. This is what are the different member states spending of their real RDP for this measure. And there you see Bulgaria is 1.1% spending of their RDP to those operational groups. Won't get further. You see Malta is well, the champion of this way of working. We made, in 2016, a short analysis of the operational groups, and till now more than 350 are in operation. We looked at about 175 operational groups amongst 21 RDPs in 6 member states. And in terms of sectoral coverage, the teams were mainly vegetable production, animal production, and both animal and vegetable production, and 2% forestry was industry. in terms of scope, you see it's another way of showing how the cake spreads. Then, of course, the third pillar is the EIP agri-network activities. And the network is there to facilitate the exchange of expertise and good practices amongst Europe. It is also to establish a dialogue between farmers and the research community, and it wants to facilitate inclusion of all stakeholders in the knowledge exchange process. The key building blocks, operational groups, multi-actor projects, and the thematic networks. You see them amongst the different countries. It's a map to get it visible. The service point is the spider in the web. The service point is situated in Brussels. It's consisting of 7 partners amongst Europe. And they're trying to, well, to share the knowledge, to get the knowledge, to make databases, and they act as a mediator in enhancing communication and cooperation between all innovating actors, including farmers, advisors, agribusiness, civil society, and researchers. So that's mainly, so about, let's say, 15 people are constantly busy at the service point dealing with that. The service point offers a lot of services. On one hand, it's a help desk for everyone in Europe, so everybody can contact via mail or even by phone. It organizes focus groups, workshops, and seminars to connect farmers, researchers, the advisors, and businesses, but also other NGOs. It offers and produces also online and printed publications and a database for the funding opportunities amongst European countries, research needs from practice, experts, case studies, and finding partners. And it also distributes the news via newsletters, press, social media, websites, and events. So we want really to connect, or the European Commission wants really to connect research and practice. Not only inside one member state, but of course amongst member states, farmers in one member state to another, and so on. Connecting, of course, scientists and farmers, but also even in, not only in Bulgaria, but also in other member states, still a very actual issue. And for the UCAP after 2020, the Commission will continue to invest more and more in research and innovation. That's one of the priorities amongst some others. We also offer a website. That's the one-stop shop for agricultural and forestry innovation. You can click on it. I won't do it here because it will take me too long. And what we are doing is we ask to share your knowledge of farmers, of researchers, of advisors, and so on, to share with us. We also help to search and find knowledge, good practices, and so on, new technologies. We also focus on, well, let's say, prior items. We deepen the knowledge of that. We try to stay up to date, and we have a My EIP. This I will skip. It's too much text. But it's still, of course, work in progress. The EIP service point starts 4.5 years ago, and will continue till 2021. And of course, the website is never finished and has to be fed with new knowledge and contacts. So, the agricultural and the forestry challenges we want to tackle, and we want to share the knowledge. We bring together practice and research, we exchange practical knowledge, and then we try to find priorities for innovative actions, ideas for the operational groups, also research needs from practice, and propose projects to test solutions. We also are trying to, or we do organize focus groups to tackle some specific agricultural challenges and share the knowledge. And we are doing this via open calls with amongst 20 participants, varied types of actors, with a short duration of time, very focused. And till now we had about 28 focus groups so far. And we are still always asking for new topics which are relevant for you or for others. This is the process of dealing with a focus group. It starts with looking for experts, for people who want to share their knowledge and to bring it together. We try to, with commission, to select the experts. We make a discussion survey and discussion paper, and then we read for the first time. We make mini papers, a final report. We test it through operational groups, and in the second meeting we finish and finalize on several items to different knowledges. These are some examples of what we are working on: the nutrient recycling, reducing emissions from cattle farming, and so on. I won't get into detail. You can find all those, let's say, recommendations, reports on the website, so it's very easy to access. We also organize workshops and seminars. The last one was the Innovation Summit in Lisbon in last October. And the main items there were the resource use, the management of farming, food and forestry systems, and agriculture 4.0, that's all about drones, precision farming, and so on. And the next workshop, of course, everyone can be invited for that and should go to that. Will be held in Lyon next spring. Digitizing in agriculture is a main issue of those workshops, and even sure that one of those has been held in Sofia last year. The second one, the Data Revolution, was hosted, I think, by Mrs. Boyanova. Other reports are also biosecurity at farm level, how to make protein crops profitable. So on very specific items, we already organized those focus groups and or workshops. So this is in a brief context what, let's say, the EIP network and the EIP service point is doing, and well, what we can offer as Europe for the member states, for all stakeholders, farmers, advisors, and of course also researchers. So thank you for your attention.
Благодаря на Павел Ван Верслюс. Не всеки ден наистина може да се чуе, че освен, че може да получите полезна информация, може свободно да се обадите по телефоните, по мейл на структурата в Европейския съюз. Аз отново знам, че понякога не е особено интересно. След европейската перспектива да чуем доколкото е възможно по-конкретно какво може да очакваме от тази толкова коментирана днес някак 16 програма по